Welcome to Granja Camito in Andalusia, Spain. This is first and foremost an ecosystem restoration project on private land. We have 45 hectares of Dehesa land under our control and management, and here and there we also can provide some specialty food products. In the Dehesa, the dominant tree is the home oak, in Spanish called encina, which provides sweet acorns. And it is the acorns that are used to fatten the pigs during the time that's called montanera, which runs from November all the way to early March, when the last acorns have fallen and have been eaten. There are many different breeds of pigs in the world. The ones that are being used here in Spain in the Dehesa are Ibericos. They are black, have a black hoof, have a lot of fat on their body, and therefore can live the whole year outside. There is no barn, there is no infrastructure where these pigs are kept indoors. They are always outside. Iberico pigs live a very happy pig life, not unlike a wild boar. They are always free and roam the land and eat whatever they find. But of course the human will provide them additional feed in order to let them grow very well and ensure that later on there is a high quality product. In terms of animal welfare, this way of raising pigs is probably the best. As we are doing an ecosystem restoration project on our land, we try to let the pigs do part of the work, which is totally normal and it's the natural way. Pigs are forest animals, and as such they uproot the soil, create disturbance, and therefore help the forest to stay young. Frequently the health of the pigs is checked by a veterinarian, and also mandatory vaccines are applied. For that we build a little corral somewhere where the pigs happen to be, and then this work is being done on site. Pigs are unable to sweat and therefore need to find a body of water to regulate the temperature of their own body. The fat helps, and they are able to sustain 45 centigrades in summer. It gets very hot here in Andalusia, and also freezing temperatures we can see up to minus 15 centigrades here. For that we make some ponds and puddles and fill them with water from a pump, or if the rain lasts long enough, then they will be filled naturally. Once the pigs have eaten enough, they like to have a siesta. They like to sleep, usually around midday until the early afternoon. And for that we provide them a bed of straw. After about 2 years and a bit, and after the last montanera, which happens between November and early March, the pig is then ready for harvest, and the pig has fattened itself on no additional feed. What you see is the result of eating a lot of acorns in the Dehesa. The pigs are then loaded gently onto a truck and driven to a licensed slaughterhouse in the vicinity here in the Valle de los Pedroches. 2 days later, the carcasses show up at the local butcher shop. As you can see, a group of butchers processes the carcasses, separates the meat from the ham and does all the other cuts. Eventually, the front and hind legs are separated from the rest of the carcass, and then a very long process starts to cure the meat so that it becomes ham. These pieces then go to a special facility, usually run by a different family, where they are being put in salt. There is a huge pile of ham and Everything is covered completely with salt for about 3 months. In preparation of the curing process, the butcher makes special cuts that are well thought out and ensure that there is enough fat to absorb the salt. The fat is what carries the acorn flavor, so that later the ham has this very, very special nutty flavor when you taste it. In our case, processing 24 pigs took almost 3 days from start to finish. And then they were sent off to the ripening chamber. Now quite a bit of time has passed and we are about to see the finished product. Every single piece that is hanging here from the ceiling is accounted for individually. Nothing can escape. Each leg has a label with an identification number. Now Angel is taking one out to have a closer look. And here it is. You can see how yellow the fat is, and you can also notice how it has shrunk. Now the weight is significantly less than when it was fresh. When you start cutting the ham, it is important to keep this fat in order to close the cut surface again, so that it won't dry out. To get your own leg of ham, you can head over to our web shop and order some. There are 2 options for you to buy the ham. We offer envelopes with 100 grams of hand-sliced pieces of ham, and there is the full leg. In the case of a front leg, it's about 4 to 6 kilo each. Families in Spain keep the leg in the kitchen and everybody cuts off a slice whenever they are hungry. As we are not a professional producer of pig products, but an ecosystem restoration project, we allow our customers to determine their own price. At the time of paying for the product, you can move a slider left and right and lower or raise the price. If you raise it, then you support our ecosystem restoration project efforts, and we thank you very much for that.